Homer and Lisa Simpson have one of the best dynamics of any characters on TV. There are many sitcoms that use the family as their setup, but none have captured the public's imagination quite like The Simpsons. America's true first family have burnt themselves so much into their history books that it feels redundant to spend a lot of time discussing why the show is arguably the greatest television show ever made.
Are you saying boo or boo-earns?
I was saying boo-earns.
I know you can read my thoughts, boy. Meow 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 meow.
But let me say this, on top of the non-stop gags, clever satire and distinctive animation style, The Simpsons has always been a show with an incredible emotional centre, and no more so has this been the case than in its depiction of Homer and Lisa. Lisa and Homer's relationship has always been the beating heart of the show, and across this video I'll be looking at their relationship in depth to try and ascertain how the show presents familial relationships as ones of compromise and contrast. In a family of fundamentally conflicting personalities, Homer and Lisa stand as the two characters within the Simpsons family who are furthest apart from one another.
Homer Simpson is a loving father, however, he is ruled by his impulses and he's often moved to become very angry very quickly. Lisa Simpson is the sensitive, intelligent, gifted, talented child in the Simpson family, hence she is totally ignored.
Where Lisa is intelligent, bookish, and cares about a number of external causes outside of herself, Homer is often portrayed as a slob, a buffoon who often acts on impulse and has little time for intellectual pursuits.
I am too smart! I am too smart!
Much of Lisa and Homer's relationship comes from the tension between these two opposing characteristics, but what propels this dynamic away from a simple antagonistic one is that the two characters are always actively trying to understand one another, whilst Lisa and Homer often fail to communicate with one another in even the most basic sense.
I think it's great you're a teacher, Dad. So, will you be lecturing from a standardized text or using the more Socratic method of interactive class participation?
Yes, Lisa. Daddy's a teacher.
Although the two are often unable to connect due to differing lifestyles, the best Homer-Lisa episodes are always presupposed on the idea that one is attempting to understand how the others view the world. Nowhere is this sense of an attempted understanding more prevalent than in the Series 2 episode Lisa's Substitute, in which Lisa develops a crush on her substitute teacher. As a man who values education over everything, Mr. Bergstrom is a perfect romantic foil for Lisa, but her crush on Mr. Bergstrom is derived less from a romantic connection than a paternal one. In the absence of a father figure who takes an interest in her, the episode explores what it would be like for Lisa to have a positive male role model in her life. Lisa's Substitute uses Bergstrom as a device to put pressure on Homer to connect with his little girl, and in one of the most crushing moments of the series up until this point, we see Homer's complete sense of hopelessness exposed as Mr. Bergstrom takes him to task on his parenting skills.
Lisa seems to feel she has no strong male role model.
She said that?
Well, no, she didn't say it,
But you can tell, right? She looks around and sees everybody else's dad with a good education, youthful looks, and a clean credit record and thinks, why me?
From here the episode pivots, as Miss Hoover returns to her job and Mr. Bergstrom departs to Capital City, although not before giving Lisa a chance to say goodbye in one of the most touching scenes in the show's history.
Whenever you feel like you're alone and there's nobody you can rely on, this is all you need to know.
Thank you, Mr. Bergstrom.
Forced to confront the fact that she no longer has a strong male role model in her life, Lisa is devastated, and her return to normality is underscored by the fact that Homer seems to care little for his daughter's situation.
He's gone. Forever.
And?
I didn't think you'd understand.
Hey, just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand.
After being scolded by Marge for his pig-headedness, Homer goes upstairs to Lisa's room and endeavours to make amends with her, culminating in this sweet scene.
You lost someone special and it hurts. I'm lucky because I never lost anyone special to me. Everyone special to me is under this roof. It's true. Oh, well, maybe I can't explain all this, but I can fix your dollhouse for you. At least I'm good at monkey work. You know, monkey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can hold these nails in place with my tail.
What makes this moment so special isn't just the fact that Homer manages to sort things out with Lisa, but the way that each party comes to understand one another better from the experience. In this moment of vulnerability, Homer is well aware that he cannot be the person Lisa wants him to be. He is not like Mr. Bergstrom, and he never will be, but what he needs to do is try. This doesn't mean try by altering who he is, but rather try to be there for Lisa, to support her, and to take an interest in her interests. This sense of trying works its way into the best Homer-Lisa episodes, and it's never just the case that it's a one-way street of communication, that Homer is constantly trying to understand Lisa whilst Lisa remains emotionally astute. In an episode like Lisa the Greek, where Lisa laments Homer's lack of investment in her interests, it is Marge who points out to Lisa that she rarely takes an interest in her father.
Why isn't Dad ever interested in anything I do?
Well, do you ever take an interest in anything he does?
No.
Through episodes like this, or One Fish, Two Fish, Blowfish, Bluefish, where Lisa eschews playing Homer the blues to play something he'll enjoy.
Huh? Yeah, that's more like it! Ho ho, woo!
Lisa and Homer bridge the gap between each other's differing personalities and have moments of genuine connection. However, this does not mean that the intellectual gap between the two is unsalvageable. The closest Homer and Lisa come to genuinely understanding one another from an intellectual perspective is in the series 12 episode, Homer, in which Homer discovers that his lack of intelligence is caused by a crayon being lodged in his brain. Following this discovery, Homer sees his IQ go up considerably, and his increased intelligence results in him forming a stronger bond with Lisa as he's able to finally share her interests.
I always dreamed you'd be my library buddy.
Get out.
No, really. I think books have an amazing power to bring people together.
As Homer's newfound braininess makes him increasingly alienated from those around him.
I don't understand. That wasn't funny.
Wait a minute. Somebody's not laughing here.
Unable to feel stimulated by the things he used to enjoy, Homer becomes increasingly isolated, and as his former friends turn on him after his report on the power plant results in mass layoffs, Homer finds himself depressed. Speaking to Lisa, the one person who understands his predicament, he learns that his intelligence comes at a terrible price.
Dad, as intelligence goes up, happiness often goes down.
Faced with the reality of his increased intelligence, Homer takes the decision to have himself put back to normal, as Moe, an unlicensed surgeon, reinserts the crayon into his brain. A devastated Lisa realises this only after it is all too late, and appears visibly dismayed when Homer returns to his old self.
Dad, how could you? We were connecting in such a meaningful way.
We were what?
Until that is, Homer drops an envelope on the floor.
Lisa, I'm taking the coward's way out. But before I do, I just want you to know, being smart made me appreciate how amazing you really are.
This is excellent. Despite being saddened by his actions, Lisa understands and appreciates his decision, because we all know that secretly, if Lisa also had the option, she would consider changing who she is. We have seen Lisa change herself multiple times before in an effort to be accepted, and with each attempt, she has failed to be happy. But Lisa is who she is. Homer's intelligence presents itself as a choice, and Lisa's acceptance of his decision is the ultimate act of empathy. It is a moment built on sacrifice. In many ways, sacrifice is something that has always come to define Homer and Lisa's relationship. Whilst Homer is unable to connect with Lisa on a truly intellectual level, he has always recognised her talent, and has often sacrificed his own desires for his daughter's sake. In Lisa's Pony, it is a desire to keep Lisa happy, which makes Homer take on a second job and drive himself to a point of exhaustion.
Homer, you are asleep at your post. Now go change the expiration dates on the dairy products.
Hell, Homer nearly crashes his car due to lack of sleep, and yet he still keeps up the charade because he is that desperate to keep Lisa happy. When Lisa finds out about this, she gives up Princess, and as sad as it makes her, it doesn't cause resentment, because
there's a big dumb animal I love even more than that horse.
Oh no, what is it, a hippopotamus?
I mean you dummy.
Lisa and Homer's relationship of mutual sacrifice is similarly explored in the story Lisa the Beauty Queen, where Lisa is feeling down about her appearance, so Homer sells his ticket to ride in the Duff Blimp, his actual dream, to enter Lisa into the beauty pageant instead. Whilst Lisa is initially angry, she relents when she learns of Homer's motives.
Hey there, Blimpy boy, flying through the sky, so fancy free.
This scene really underscores the heart of Homer and Lisa's relationship. Even when Homer is off the mark, he is trying to do right by his daughter. Lisa sees that beneath his slobbish exterior and musky odour lies a big heart. Homer always comes through for Lisa, because he truly believes that his daughter is the best thing he's ever put his name to. Which brings me to Lisa's wedding, the episode that perhaps demonstrates best what makes Homer and Lisa's bond so special. After running into a fortune teller at the Springfield Renaissance Fair, Lisa is shown a vision of her future in which she meets her true love, Hugh, an extremely intelligent Englishman. Bookish and an outsider, Hugh appears to be Lisa's perfect match, until that is, he's introduced to her family.
What do you think of that?
In many ways, Hugh is like another Frank Grimes, a rational, pragmatic outsider who, due to being far too normal, cannot understand the bizarre world of Springfield. The episode carefully leads you into taking Hugh's side by foregrounding his increased exacerbation as he attempts to remain calm around the Simpsons family. All of this exacerbation, wait, what does exacerbation mean?
It means, to make things worse.
Right. It's something that makes Hugh appear a man of extreme patience, and up until this point, we are firmly in his corner, as he puts his grievances aside for the sake of Lisa. That is until the episode plays a cruel masterstroke and shows us the sort of person that Hugh really is.
You know, I've attempted to enjoy your family on a personal level, on an ironic level. Nothing works. Frankly, I'll be quite relieved when we get back to England and we won't have to deal with them.
That the episode uses Homer as the device that triggers the end of Lisa and Hugh's relationship is exceptionally fitting because it fits within the aforementioned theme that underscores their relationship: sacrifice. Homer is willing to sacrifice his family's tradition because he believes that Hugh is the person that will make Lisa truly happy, and in turn Lisa is willing to sacrifice her shot at happiness for the sake of her dad, because she cannot be with someone who cannot tolerate him. This episode also features perhaps the most touching exchanges of the series, as Homer speaks to Lisa just before her wedding ceremony.
I just want you to know I've always been proud of you. You're my greatest accomplishment, and you did it all yourself. You helped me understand my own wife better and taught me to be a better person.
There isn't a moment between the two that better underscores the relationship between these two characters. Homer has made sacrifice after sacrifice across his life for his daughter at every turn, because he truly believes that she is his greatest accomplishment. And in return, Lisa knows that she cannot leave her family behind because despite the fact that she has very little in common with Homer, he has always supported her. That the episode ends with Lisa and Homer in the present day, walking off into the sunset together, is exceptional because it highlights what makes the relationship so special. Whilst not really having similar interests, she is interested in what he has to say because she appreciates the sacrifices he has made for her, the way he looks at the world, and she knows deep down they have always tried to understand one another. As I said at the beginning, The Simpsons has always been a show that has worn its heart on its sleeve, and as much as it is a comedy, it is often capable of delivering moments which act as emotional gut punches. Lisa and Homer's carefully developed relationship is at the centre of many of these moments. Whilst The Simpsons has many fantastic qualities, I do not think the show would be as important as it is without these kinds of relationships being at the centre. And although it is a cartoon, Homer and Lisa's relationship feels real in a way that very few sitcoms are able to achieve.
So, we didn't think we'd be doing this, but someone has actually donated $100, which is incredible.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Chike.
Honestly, that's awesome. You are, as we said in our Patreon video, literally keeping the lights on. So, no, but seriously, thank you very much. And,
yeah, we're just sort of in shock, aren't we?
Full Fat Videos is going to strange new places. Full Fat Videos just got upgraded, and along with that, we're upgrading our Patreon with new tiers and rewards just for you. Patreon could really help us make Full Fat Videos self-sustaining, and it'll allow us to make better videos and better content for you. For just $1 a month, you'd be helping us out a great deal already, which is why we thank you at the end of every video. Not to mention you'd get exclusive access to Full Fat Milk Posting, a Facebook group where you can talk to us about movies, TV and games, as well as some memes. We like a bit of memes.
For $3, you'll get access to everything from the previous tiers, but you'll also get the chance to watch our videos one day early, as well as get access to exclusive scripts and bloopers.
For just $5 a month, you'll get access to everything from all the other tiers, as well as exclusive access to ask the questions for our monthly Q&As.
And that's not all. For just $10, you'll get access to all of the above, as well as an exclusive commentary track picked by you.
For $100, I mean, you'd be keeping the lights on, so we'd really appreciate it, and we'd probably thank you at the end of every video on camera? You'd be really helping us in any way, shape or form if you could consider contributing to our Patreon. We love making this stuff for you guys and we'd love to keep making more of it. So thank you and thank you for watching. We're off to go make some more of that juicy content. We'll see you next time. Stay milky.